2008 during that UEFA final, something like 175,000 Rangers fans descended on Manchester. Today we're talking about probably 4,500 for a Champions League game. So nowhere near the numbers of fans that there were back then, but the police had been taking no chances. They didn't want a repeat of the scenes we saw then. So it meant a very long and arduous journey for the Rangers fans travelling down here today.
They'd arrived at a football ground, but it wasn't Old Trafford. These coaches were dropping Rangers fans at Wigan's DW Stadium. They were to be held here prior to continuing their journey to Manchester, and some weren't happy.
Well, it's complete overkill. I mean, I think they've made it as difficult as possible and made it fairly clear that we're not welcome.
But the police were determined to avoid anything like this happening in Manchester again. These were the scenes 2 years ago when Rangers fans descended on the city for their team's UEFA Cup final. The club knew they had to mend bridges this time.
Well, this is an opportunity for Rangers fans and the club itself to restore its reputation.
Back then, big screens had been set up for fans without tickets. Alcohol flowed freely, and trouble broke out when a big screen broke down in Piccadilly Gardens. This time there'll be no big screens and fans without tickets won't be welcome.
I think it's a measured plan with both clubs, who I have to say have been excellent and have put safety ahead of commercial interests.
And so fans who'd been allocated tickets had to collect them from Wigan before being escorted into Manchester.
A bit over the top, I know there was trouble the last time, but that was just idiots. They don't go to the football normally, no.
I think it's a bit extreme coming to Wigan and then being in the stadium here.
Treat people like people. Not good, not good.
Fans arriving by rail directly into Manchester also had to go to Wigan to pick up their tickets, but they insisted the game would pass off peacefully.
It was only a minority of spoilers for the last time, and this time it's going to be a good game of football where every club's going to hopefully get along with each other.
Despite all the precautions, some businesses in Manchester city centre decided to shut early this afternoon.
We were advised today not to open just because of, supporters coming down and, unnecessary trouble, really.
The police insist their precautions aren't over the top, just sensible.
Yes, indeed.